I want to talk about how we can use our regret and our anxiety as positive fuel for change rather than being stuck and embroiled in the sensation and negativity that both of these things give us. Your regret and your anxiety both hold this inherent quality of direction and vision. If you look towards your anxieties or your regrets, you will find that they both tell you something about your moral compass, and they both tell you what is actually important to you. If you have a regret towards something you did, then that inherently tells you where it is that your morals actually stand. With your anxieties, the same thing is happening. If you are worried about the way that you look or the way that you've approached someone or anything, there may well be a quality within there that is showing you what it is that is actually important to you and is guiding you in the direction of the changes you need to make. If you know that you don't like acting a certain way, that shows you inherently the way you would like to act. And when you know what it is that you want, you can begin to take the steps in the right direction there. I think it's worth, before we carry on, just touching on the nuance of anxiety, because we can often find ourselves embroiled in totally irrational sensations of fear and concern. And what I would say to this is it has helped me terrifically to be aware of the non-necessity to actually engage with every sensation that you feel. Being able to just say to myself, just because you think that, or just because you're worried about that, doesn't mean it's relevant or true, has been very useful for me. And it has stopped the spiral of anxiety that is so reliably damaging. It won't get rid of your anxiety straight away, but it certainly helps to take some of the power away from it and return it to yourself. Regret is one of the most damaging emotions to actually hold on to, because there's nothing you can do about what it is that you've done. My best way of dealing with my regret has been to understand that I couldn't know what I know now without having the experiences I have previously had. Until I make a mistake I wish I didn't do, or I say something to someone I wish I didn't say, I can't necessarily know that my morals were standing in that place. And as a result of that, I have to take the regret and the discontent of the mistake alongside the updating of my morals. I can't have the good part of knowing that's not where I stand and that's not how I feel, without also taking on the, well, I couldn't understand this part about myself without knowing how bad I felt for doing whatever it is that I've done. And once you do make that error, you are well poised to, from that point onwards, show up much better for the world. Reframing your regret as a necessary step in order to be a better person and to feel more in line with who it is that you actually are is very useful. I'm going to jump back over to anxiety here and then tie these two things together just to round the video out. When my anxiety is at its highest is when I'm consistently making decisions that I wish that I didn't make. I will bend to my whims or I will defer to my guilty pleasures, and as a result of that I feel progressively weaker and thus more internal and more in my head. Being able to look towards your regret of the things you wish you didn't do and think, that doesn't make me feel good, and then turning that information into, okay, that makes me feel anxious and I don't want to feel this anxiety, gives you the agency to actually cut some of your anxiety off. If you do something you wish you didn't do, it decreases your estimation of yourself. So essentially, cutting out that poor decision making is the key to losing a great deal of your anxiety. This defers back to the point of regret. Until you make decisions that you wish you didn't make, you don't have the information collected to understand where it is you actually stand and what it is that's actually important to you. And two habits that I've found wonderfully useful for getting rid of both of these sensations, or just categorizing them where they don't run over me all the time, has been meditation and exercise. Now, for me specifically, martial arts is the best form of exercise for this. A real form of discipline and something that's playful has been very useful for me. Gets you out of your own head, makes you feel good, which eliminates your sensations of regret. It makes you feel better about yourself. And meditation offers you the insight into your own mind that gives you that strength to accept your regrets and understand the place they hold, and to cease that perpetual cycle of anxiety and just stop it before it starts becoming a serious problem. And as I always do, I'm going to recommend Waking Up, because it is a fantastic app for meditation. I'll put a link to that in the description, and it is brilliant. It's fantastic. So understand that the most you can do is your best, and there are a few things along the line that can really help you just live a bit happier. See you in a bit.